YouTubers! Mike Martin's here, Mike Martin's channel. Thanks for joining me for another Australian Aussie property prices, where do they go now edition. Now guys, I want to talk about what's happening in the Australian housing market. It's very important that everybody in Canada and the UK and New Zealand that are watching my channel, open your ears up for this one, because this is a doozy of an article. Here goes, people. Aussie property prices, where to go now? Look at this. I got 2 feet in my backyard, and I'm going to put a hot tub. I'm going to make my neighbor jealous. While most real estate investors worry what the value of their properties today, in my mind, a much better question is, where will property prices be in 25 years from now? Real estate is long-term game, and property investor, your job is to build a substantial asset base to use as your cash machine fund for financial freedom. That's right. Remember guys, housing are commodities. They're no longer assets that you buy and raise families in. You just buy them. And if you can, leave them empty. It's so nice. And the good news is, believe it or not, the median house price in Sydney could be over $6 million. And the median apartment price in Harbour City would be close to $3.5 million in 25 years' time. So at the rate that wages are going up against what's happening here, minimum wage in 25 years should be, I don't know, I know Australia when minimum wage is high. So I'm talking about in Canada, where it's I think $13 or $12.75 an hour. In 25 years, at the rate we're going, it should be $22.50. Or $22.75 at this rate. And the average, so that's in Canada, so I'm not too sure what minimum wage would be in Australia. Now, before you say, no, that can't be, housing is already unaffordable, let me explain. I bought my first investment property in Melbourne in 1973 for 18 grand. Mind you guys, this is 1973. 1973. Barry White was still making music in 1973. I had to buy in a partnership with my parents because the house prices were so expensive. And we took 30-year loan because we had no idea how we were going to repay that much money. The good news is we received $12 a week rent, and we're excited. I still own that property today. We've since built 2 townhouses worth well over $2 million, and the original rundown house where the original rundown house stood. So you kind of expanded the property a bit, right? The land. According to CoreLogic research reported by Aussie, national, and medium house value has delivered an annual growth of 6.8% and have risen in value 412% from 111,524 to 459,000 over the past 25 years. Apartments delivered an annual growth of 5.9% and have increased in value by $392,000. That's 316% since 1993. In 1993, the median house values across Australia was just interesting. Apartments showed slightly higher median value at $123,840. Think about it. Who wouldn't like to buy their parents' house for the price they paid for it 25 years ago? So here it is, the bull market here in the housing market. But, as always, growth rates were diverse, and the average rate growth was at least 25 years being, here it is there. Hold on, that was just the graph showing the bull market there. And that's what the price list is right there. Oh, why is this doing this? Okay, here we go. Medium, 2018. This is the medium house price 25 years ago. Remember, people, don't get fooled by this. 25 years ago, people were making a lot more money. Interest rates were higher, but people made more money. Don't forget that. Why? Oh, Mike, my dad made $4 an hour. What are you talking about? I make $50 an hour. No, it doesn't, because it costs you $60 an hour to live. So let's keep going here. Of course, the significant trend of the 25 years has been Australian adoption of apartment living. Here's how apartments have been performing. So 25 years ago, there it is right there. 20 rates right there, and there's the national price. The Adelaide, Brisbane, Canberra, Darwin, and Hobart, Melbourne. Hobart's going up because everyone's leaving the big cities and moving to these smaller towns, right? Moving to Brisbane, and moving to smaller towns. So what's ahead? Well, past performance isn't always the best predictor of the future, and housing trends are likely to change with a shift to smaller housing. Since more of us will be trading backyards for balconies and courtyards. If property prices were to rise in the future and the same rate over the past 25 years, here's what Aussie's report forecasts. There it is right there. So this is where it's going to be at. 6 million for the average place in so by 2043, this is the medium house price value. 6 million in Sydney, 2.4 million in Perth, 5 million in Melbourne, Greater Hobart 2 million, 2.2 million in Darwin, Canberra 2.9, Brisbane 2.2, Adelaide 1.9 million, and the national average is 2.9 across the board. Okay, so that's it. That's the article right there. So guys, there needs to be an adjustment. Either rates need to go up and people need to make more money, because there's no way that you could afford. I don't know. Unless minimum wage, there's a standard minimum like wage to, because then what's the price of food going to be at that time? What's the price of natural gas going to be? What's the price of electricity going to be? Are they going to start? I forecast that in Australia they're going to start banning people with solar panels, or if you get solar panels, you still have to pay a minimum fee. That's in the works in the U.S. right now, in Nevada. So if you're off grid, you still have to pay a fee. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are these prices realistic? Are wages... So if you were to take wages from 25 years ago with the buying power that people had at the time, minimum wage should be like $37 to $45 an hour. Easy, hands down. Because of the price of food and everything and what you could have bought for food back in the day, right? People aren't looking at what the price of gas was 25 years ago. Anyways, guys, comment below. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you.